right back up with it. Should have never done what he just did.
In here as we get back to the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they've built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
Oh, banged.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of the all fueled up and ready to go.
Backcourt.
Here's the second quarter of play.
Hell
so
yeah.
for Oklahoma City right now, Jeremy Lamb out there with Perry Jones. Then there's Anthony Morrow. Then there's Nick Collison. And it's Jackson in the points.
Ooh, and it's dirty.
Here's Lamb. Mozgov with the block. And there's the call on Anthony Morrow. That's his first foul. Irving kicks to Love. Misses the three. And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players.
Good three.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a collaborative style. Give the credit to Scott Brooks that he's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. Engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
Irving kicks to Smith, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson.
Damn.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, right there in the corner.
Outside Irving. There's the bucket. Good.
Wrong corner, but he still works.
Irving's
yeah,
got his third bucket of the night. The drive by Jackson.
Oh, that was dirty.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from
ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
The Thunder have had two chances at the line already, making them both.
And they're right around 74% as a team from the free throw line at this point of the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Mike Miller's checked in for Cleveland. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his fourth assist in this one.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the fourth grade, he wrote, "I'm going to the NBA," and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke.
Ooh, nice rebound.
Well, you have to admire Dion Waiters' confidence as he feels he's going to be the next great shooting guard. Not shy to proclaim himself as the next in line. Waiters saying, "I really believe that I'll eventually be the best shooting guard in the NBA. This year I'm going to show a lot of people who doubted me and still doubt me. I'm going to show them. Can't wait to watch, guys."
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this one. Thanks. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That's that stupid shit.
And Irving still wanted to write down goals. He used to write them in a notebook. He still keeps. Now he'll write them down in his phone. All part of setting his sights high and dreaming big.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Cleveland.
Wow.
Thompson comes in.
15 points, 5 for 5. This dude
is shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Irving drives in. They get the rebound.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here.
And for Irving, just like those words in the back of his closet stayed hidden, his great talent stayed hidden for a long time as well.
Yeah, it didn't really dominate until his senior year of high school, Kevin. Only 11 games he played at Duke. It might seem he was an overnight sensation in the NBA, but in truth, he spent a lifetime laying the foundation for his game.
Both teams will make substitutions. And how about a look now at the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA during the past month? Kevin Durant is second.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there, mix it up, and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
Yeah, you mentioned their lack of size and strength compared to the post players around the NBA, but I've always found that the best rebounders usually aren't the biggest guys. They're the most tenacious, and they have excellent timing and the ability to get off their feet.
Okay, dude, he shouldn't even jump.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run. Good. That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Just making it look easy out there the way they're running.
And here's James outside. The Cavaliers again can't
Ain't
hit.
nobody in the paint.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Thunder lead by 16. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Talk about some great numbers for Jackson. He has 17 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
So on the floor for
LeBron, cookies.
the two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Smith is out there with Irving, and it's Mozgov in the center position.
Fine. Oh.
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. As some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of talk.
A lot of talking. I mean, it's
I hate
it's
that
something
shit.
that behold, I've not quite seen a guy
That should go
at the
away.
point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose, because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it.
Oh, we get a chance to check out the numbers for Kyrie Irving. 14th in scoring.
Right,
and
cool,
defensively, he's been really good. He ranks in the top 20 in the league in steals.
That's the only thing I don't like about that. Like, it's cool if there's an update, but, like, if you're in an online game, you cannot dismiss that.
And I think this is a good time, Steve, to touch on this.
Doesn't really matter. But I mean, it still should go away, even though if you're online or not, it should go away. Because who wants to look at that stupid message right there? Because that could fuck you up shooting. Because that did that to me and my cousin the other night. And that shit can fuck you up. You be out there shooting, and that message be popped up. It'll mess you up. Cost you a game. It could really cost you a game. Alright, 73-13 on a 3-game win streak. And that 87 points is to go away from. It's not Chicago. That's Oklahoma City, but it's whatever. Gonna take it. Alright. We'll keep on playing here.
Four-game.
I was getting ready to move. Oh, it's that bitch. Why did he do that? I was gonna move. Well, yeah, you take fucking. Nah. Yeah, take the Warriors. Here we go. This is what I want right here. I wanted somebody to take the Warriors. 18-3. This should be a good game right here. 18-3. See, a lot of people think that point of emphasis don't mean nothing.
This is the end.
Like, it actually does. Like, instead of going in and, like, you know, doing this stuff right here, like the matchups and stuff, like, and the zone and stuff, like, that stuff's stupid. Like, you don't need to mess with that shit. That's why that point of emphasis is there. I mean, yeah. Excuse me. It does kind of help, but you know, to do that, but it just takes too long. Like, I mean, I could be doing it right here, but I'm sitting here trying to smoke this bowl real quick.
On 2K Sports. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Maybe the upper hand in this one, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the last matchup of the season against the Warriors.
Oh.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but
Klay Thompson.
it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor.
I already know what he's
So for the
do.
Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Green and Bogle. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court.
Played too many games
and
to
it's
know
Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA.
You want to shoot threes, man. I mean, that's how you shoot
it's
it.
hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays
right here.
Angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen the guy at the point guard.
It's all I'm saying.
Bring that kind
These dudes at 18 and 3. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying nothing bad about these dudes or anybody that plays this game that's got a good record.
Great way to kind of.
Even if you've got a good record, you got these dudes can be beat.
He's right in that same category.
Especially if you're trying to build a win streak. These dudes can be beat.
The Warriors have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game.
See, he's trying to shoot threes.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around.
Klay Thompson had a big night tonight. Of course, he's going to try to shoot threes.
Looks like
But
he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.